Welcome to Success Superstars, episode number 214, your place for the blueprint of success for peak performers just like you. And my special guest today, Eric Mulero from New Braunfels, Texas. Eric, welcome.
Hi, Mark, thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Mark. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we're having a little winter weather going on here, so the roads are icy, it's stormy, but we still get up and make things happen.
That's right. It's 40 degrees here and it's cold, but in a little while I have to go out and meet some folks, so I'm ready to go. I got my sweater on, so yeah.
Yeah. Now you're a runner and you do half marathons and other stuff. There's got to be times when you just don't feel like running or practicing, but you do it anyway, right?
Right. Yeah. Every morning, my routine is I wake up early, either 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, go to the gym. Monday through Friday, I have to start my day that way. So that's what works best for me. So you bet.
Now, have you always been that disciplined, or is that something you've learned, the hard way?
I learned it. It's a learned discipline. The Army was good at that, and I just carried that over after. I liked waking up early in the morning when I was in the Army and exercising, doing PT. So I just carried it over to my post-Army life. Yeah. So it works well for me.
Well, I read a quote the other day that has a lot of truth in it. It's something like, freedom without structure is chaos.
That's good. That's good.
Well, so let's go back. What do you love about being a top performing real estate professional?
I hope this doesn't sound cliche, but I really enjoy helping people. Enjoy meeting new people, trying to figure out how I can help them best, because not everybody fits in the same box. And, I just want to do my best to help as many people as I possibly can. And I think that's what keeps me motivated.
Yeah, it gives you a great sense of satisfaction. And what I've observed from you is you're really excellent at not one size fits all. So this client's needs versus that client's needs are totally different, and helping them navigate to solve that problem is something you really excel at.
Well, I do my best with that, Mark, for sure. I've used SureSale, and I wouldn't have known about some of these other tools if I wasn't with JPAR. So I'm very grateful for that. So yeah, we have a lot of tools, and the more agents know about the tools, the best.
Well, speaking of that, what's one thing you love about being, you could choose to be with any company that you want to be with, but you choose to be with JPAR Real Estate. What do you love about the JPAR Real Estate culture or brand that keeps you here?
It's the value that is provided. I was with the big, a huge national brokerage. I don't have to say their name, right. But I was with them before for 6 years. That's where I started, 6.5 years. And I didn't know what I didn't know. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have to rely on this because this is what's going to help me. But when I really pulled back everything and found out what I wasn't getting, that I ended up getting with JPAR, I was like, I'd never go back, never go back, because, even these little things that I have, I use my Hurdler app, which I absolutely love.
Right.
I use that thing all the time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be like so prepared for taxes this year. It's nuts.
Isn't that cool?
It's a little thing.
That's probably one of the tools. If I took it away, you'd say you would miss it. Would be Hurdler, right?
I would. Yeah. I would greatly miss it.
But isn't it true, whether you're running a brokerage, whether your business, any business, price is only an objection in the absence of value. And if any business, our business, your business, you create more value to your customer than the fees you charge, you get a great loyalty, right?
Absolutely. And that's it. And that's the main thing with the reason why I did say value is because there are so many more tools, so many more opportunities, so many more different ways to help people that it's a no-brainer. It's not just the price, but it's everything that we're afforded with JPAR. So I'm very grateful.
Well, in this market, it's probably one of the toughest real estate markets as a business professional, as a consumer, than any market I've ever experienced in my professional career. And it's so easy with COVID and everything else to get isolated. What are you doing in your business to make sure that you're not, burying your head in the sand and isolating yourself?
Right. So with me, the main thing is, say 95% of the Monday through Friday, wake up, have my morning routine, and then get to the office. For me, there's sometimes when I have to do things from home, and it's just, whether it's if I have to meet somebody early or that, where I have to do some things to effectively get what I need to do done before a certain time. But going to the office, getting out of the house, and treating it like an actual a business, that's the main thing. I think that's, for me, that's what I have to do.
Now, if you think about it, you've been doing this for a while, you've got a lot of success, top producing agent. If you went back and knew what you know now and had to start over, but you had the knowledge you could bring with you, what would you do different?
One, I would hire a coach immediately. I think that, because as a new agent, I didn't know a lot, and I would rely on the broker. Hey, what do I do? What do I do? And and I just grinded, and everything he told me to do, I did. So that's one. And then secondly, I would focus on listings initially instead of buyers. I started out, my brokerage was heavy on, getting buyers and, turning them over and this and that. And I think, as I stayed in longer, I was like, man, listings is the name of the game. So yeah, work the listings. Those are the two things I would definitely recommend.
I think there's two great things. One, many people won't hire a coach because of the monthly expense, but you're getting a 10x return on your one-on-one coaching investment, right?
That's right. And then the referrals that can be worked for that. And I thought about it this morning, and I was like, okay, because I just got another referral that I'm working with yesterday. I'm like, okay, if everything when everything closes that I'm working with the referrals that I've got from the coaching company, my coaching's well paid for. And then everything else after that, I'll get from referrals from the coaching company. It's going to be gravy at that point.
So it's just the referrals is paying the base. Now, and then of course, you've heard me say this forever. My mantra is list to last, and listings is where it's at. Now, speaking of referrals, we're getting a lot of referrals across the audience. We have folks listening to this broadcast all across the world and all across the United States. Tell them a little bit about your market and your expertise and how to get a hold of you for a referral.
Oh, thank you for that, Mark. So I'm in New Braunfels, Texas. So it's one of the fastest growing cities in the country. 10 years ago, there was around 50,000. This year's census, there's a little less than 100,000. So we've doubled in size in 11 years, basically, which is crazy if you think about it. So people love it here. I tell the locals, hey, look, I'm sorry, but the secret's out. Everybody loves this little town. So this is my main market. I live in office in New Braunfels, but I do a lot of business as well in San Antonio and everywhere in between, the hill country as far as.
You're how far north from San Antonio?
From New Braunfels to downtown San Antonio is 30 minutes without traffic.
Yeah, so that's just a beautiful part of the world, and you can get to San Antonio and up to Austin pretty quickly.
That's the reason why I chose to live here, because I love being around those two towns. So yes, sir.
Well, we have a beautiful office here, so if you're in the area, stop by and say hello to Eric and all of our other associates there. Well, Eric, any last words of wisdom for the audience you'd like to share about navigating this market or anything else?
I'd say the main thing is just do your best for your clients. Be prompt. I'm fortunate. I have an assistant that I can lean on, and she takes care of so much stuff for me. So I'm really fortunate with that. So the main thing is is if somebody asks you to do something, do it quickly, try to exceed their expectations, and your business will explode and you'll do wonders. You bet.
There we go. We want to have our businesses explode and do wonders. That's a great way to leave this episode. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, anytime. And that's a wrap for this episode. Until we see you next time, may your choices reflect your hopes and not your fears. Take care.